Happy Tu BAv! Did you even know it was Tu BAv? Probably not. It has been lovingly called the Jewish Valentine's Day you've never heard of. I say lovingly because it is a day to celebrate love. Bet you didn't know the Jewish tradition dedicates a whole day to love. Pretty cool that it does, right? So what is Tu BAv? Literally, it is the 15th day of the month of Av. You may have noticed that many of our holiday names are not very creative. I don't know why. But this day, Tu BAv, is not just a regular day. It is an ancient holiday that was observed and forgotten and then observed again in modern-day Israel. We do not know exactly how Tu BAv began, and we don't know much about how it was observed. All we know is that it was a day for matchmaking during the Second Temple period, that on the 15th day of the summer month of Av, under a full moon, young Jewish men and women dressed in white and would go out and dance in the vineyards of ancient Judea. How do we know this? Only because of a single mention in the Mishnah, the rabbinic text compiled and edited at the end of the 2nd century. There, Rabban Shimon ben Gamliel said, "No days were as good for Israel as the 15th of Av and the day of Yom Kippur, on which the sons of Jerusalem would go out in borrowed white clothes, and the girls of Jerusalem would go out and dance in the vineyards." It's an odd statement for a number of reasons. First, the pairing of Tu BAv and Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement. One day is full of joy and love, and the other, well, I wouldn't exactly say that is the day that we Jews look most forward to in our calendar cycle. But the ritual itself is strange. To dress in white and to dance in the vineyards. Why was this done? And what is this dancing all about? There are a few Talmudic suggestions as rabbis of later generations puzzled with this, trying to figure out why. Their answers as to why Tu BAv is such a joyful day ran the gamut, including things such as it being the end of the punishment for the golden calf, to the celebration of lifting of the prohibition against tribal intermarriage, and even an annulment of the decree that banned pilgrimage to the temple in Jerusalem. But perhaps the most likely explanation is offered by Rabbi Yaakov Barach. He postulated that Tu BAv marked the summer equinox. Okay, a little bit off, but maybe so. And that he noted that at this point, the days started getting shorter and the dry season was nearing its end. According to Barach, Rabbi Esau said that Tu BAv was the last day to chop down firewood for the temple. We know that this tradition of celebrating the end of the wood-cutting season with song and dance might be the reason for Tu BAv, because it seems that it was still being observed by certain segments of the Syrian society, the peasants, as recently as the 20th century. Tu BAv then, at least according to these sources, was a joyful occasion. Coinciding with the full moon, it was what we could consider the perfect time to celebrate romance, love, and fertility. Yet for some unknown reason, it went virtually unnoticed and was not observed for nearly 19 centuries. That's right. Between the destruction of the Second Temple of Jerusalem and the reenactment or reestablishment of Jewish independence in the State of Israel in 1948, love seemed to take a back seat. But with the return to the land came a return and a re-embracing of certain traditions. Tu BAv was among those celebrations that found new traction in the modern Jewish state. In recent decades, it has taken on many similarities to our Valentine's Day, a day to celebrate love with cards, gifts, and chocolate. As a Jewish holiday, though, it is still a minor one, a regular workday with no additional liturgy added to the daily worship service. Tu BAv is not widely celebrated, but it seems to get more popular each year. Why not? There's nothing wrong with another day to celebrate love.